for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
What's up, Yankee Nation? This is your trusted source, straight to the point, bringing you the news that really matters about our team. And today the topic is a hot one because the pressure cooker is at maximum capacity in the Bronx. 6 straight losses. Yeah, you heard that right, 6. And the last one, a 12-6 drubbing by the Mets, hurt deep down in the soul. In moments like these, when the team looks lost on the field, our eyes turn to the front office, to the work of the guys upstairs, because it's obvious something has to change. The trade deadline at the end of July is approaching like a bullet train, and it's not just a date on the calendar, it's our lifeline, the chance to correct course before it's too late. And based on the intel I'm gathering, Brian Cashman and his crew are working overtime, fully aware that standing pat is not an option. The question isn't if the Yankees will make a move, but how impactful it will be. And the whispers coming out of the Melby corridors indicate that the main focus is crystal clear. Solidify our infield, specifically the hot corner. And this is where the news takes shape and a name emerges with full force. According to a very solid report from Bob Nightingale of USA Today, a source we all in the business respect for his accuracy, the Yankees are keeping a close eye on and actively monitoring Pittsburgh Pirates' third baseman. And we're not the only ones in this race. The Detroit Tigers and the Chicago Cubs have also shown concrete interest in the player, which means we'll have competition and the price could go up. But let's focus on what Hayes represents. We're not talking about a 2-month rental here. He's in the middle of an 8-year, $70 million contract he signed back in 2022. That shows long-term commitment and contractual control that is extremely attractive to our front office. Hayes wouldn't be a temporary fix, a band-aid to save the season, but a foundational piece for the team's present and future. He's a young player with a high ceiling for development, and most importantly, he's a defensive wizard. He's already got a gold glove on his resume, and anyone who watches the games knows his glove work at the hot corner is elite, something that would transform the security of our left side of the infield overnight. The defensive stability he would bring is something we can't underestimate, especially considering the struggles we've had in that area. Offensively, his numbers this season are a .244 batting average, with 2 homers, 29 RBIs in 82 games. They might not be numbers that jump off the page at first glance, like a classic slugger's, but we need to look at the context. He plays in a Pirates lineup that doesn't offer the same protection he'd get at Yankee Stadium. Surrounded by hitters like Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, the expectation is that in a more competitive environment and with a more robust offensive structure, his offensive numbers would flourish. Furthermore, his contract, paying out $70 million over 8 years, is considered by many analysts to be extremely team-friendly. In an era of astronomical contracts, locking up a player of Hayes' caliber at his age for less than $10 million a season is a deal that Brian Cashman surely sees as a major win. It's the kind of strategic move that defines dynasties, acquiring top-tier talent at a controlled cost, allowing for financial flexibility in other areas of the roster. The question for the Pirates is timing. They're in a rebuilding process, and although Hayes is a centerpiece, the return they could get for him now, with so much interest on the market, might be too tempting to refuse. They could accelerate their rebuild with a package of top-tier prospects that teams like the Yankees, Cubs, and Tigers can offer. For us, the need is immediate and the fit is perfect. The arrival of Hayes would definitively solve our need at third base, bringing elite defense, a consistent bat with growth potential, and crucially, contract stability for years to come. Now, let's dive deeper into the strategic analysis behind this potential move. The search for a third baseman isn't a whim. It's part of a larger plan to optimize our roster. The main consequence of acquiring a player like Brian Hayes or any other natural third baseman would be allowing Jazz Chisholm Jr. to return to his natural position, second base. Let's be clear, and Jazz himself has said it, he's a second baseman. His adaptation to third base was an act of sacrifice for the team, a demonstration of versatility and commitment that we should applaud. He never complained vehemently in public, as he made clear to The Athletic, "Everybody knows I'm a second baseman. Of course I want to play second base, but I'll do whatever it takes to help the team win." That mentality is commendable, but we can't ignore the reality. He himself admitted, "Yeah, I know I'm better at second base, but at the end of the day, I still gotta play third base. Just gotta deal with it." The truth is, by keeping him out of position, we're not just demanding constant defensive adjustment, but we're also limiting his maximum potential. A comfortable and confident Jazz Chisholm at second base, where his instincts and agility are most effective, is a better player and consequently a better team. Of course, Hayes isn't the only option on the radar. The name Eugenio Suarez from the Arizona Diamondbacks was also mentioned by Nightingale. Suarez is a proven veteran with power in his bat and experience at the position. He would be a solid addition, no doubt. However, there's a significant roadblock, and it comes from the player himself. In a recent statement to Ken Rosenthal, Suarez was emphatic. "I don't want to leave Arizona. Obviously, we know how the baseball business is. But right now I feel comfortable." He expressed a desire to stay with the D-backs and help them get to the playoffs. That public statement complicates any negotiation. Big time. Forcing a trade for a player who has clearly stated his desire to stay can create a clubhouse problem and goes against the culture the Yankees are trying to build. So while Cashman might be interested, the path to acquiring Suarez seems much more difficult and risky than the one for Hayes. Returning to Hayes, the lingering question is, what would it cost? Acquiring a young, talented player with a team-friendly contract doesn't come cheap. The Pirates are going to demand a robust package of prospects. We're talking about names at the top of our farm system, maybe a promising pitcher and a position player with a high ceiling. It would be a tough decision giving up future talent, but that's the price you pay to win now. With the team sitting at 48 wins and 41 losses, in second place in the AL East, the window to be champions is wide open. Bold moves are necessary to climb through it. This 6-game losing streak needs to serve as a deafening alarm bell for the front office. We can't afford to wait and hope things get better on their own. The time to act is now. The potential acquisition of Ke'Bryan Hayes is more than just a rumor. It's a clear signal of the direction the team intends to take. Aggression, strategy, and a relentless focus on assembling a roster capable of bringing the 28th title to the Bronx. The situation is clear. We have an infield problem, a market opportunity with Ke'Bryan Hayes, and the urgency of a losing streak pressing down on us. The front office needs to make a move that not only improves the team on paper, but injects new energy and confidence into the clubhouse and the fan base. Now I ask you, Yankee Nation, is trading for Ke'Bryan Hayes, even if it costs some of our top prospects, the right move to solidify the team for a title run? Or do you believe the solution lies in another direction? Drop your opinions in the comments. To make sure you don't miss any updates on this and other negotiations, and for in-depth analysis like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. The next few weeks are going to be decisive.